Hello. Welcome to another live stream. How is everyone? Hi, Jeff. How are you, man? How is your week so far? Good moves today. Even yesterday as well. I haven't opened any trade yet. Quite busy. Yesterday, the N pairs, they laughed at me. I was looking for shorts on both Euro Yen and Dollar Yen. I got break even and then just a small win on the Dollar Yen, and I got faked out just at a higher high on the Euro Yen. I'll show it in a bit. What a miss. And then after that, of course, price just dropped. I tried to enter again, but I didn't manage to find an entry. Alright, so feel free to comment. Any questions? Yeah, let's have an interactive live stream. It's always funny like that. So, yeah. Tomorrow, the Fed, right? What should we expect from it? We just had a maybe small sample of what we can expect tomorrow if the Fed changes their approach and becomes a little bit more dovish with this kind of small reaction that happened just a few hours ago, a couple of hours ago, when I think Biden mentioned that kind of reinforces that would like to see the Fed changing its approach. And we saw straight away dollar going down, euro going up, the index is going up a little bit. So that may be what we should expect maybe, if that's the case for tomorrow during the press conference. Maybe that may happen. So yeah, that could be a small example what to expect tomorrow. Comparing with where we were by the beginning of the week, looking at the dollar index, looking at the dollar index and the space that was available in the market, and where price was. So there you go, kind of price opening here, somewhere in here during the weekend on Monday. We had the move to the upside. We talked about that last Saturday during the live stream, expecting maybe a little bit more strength on the dollar and maybe reacting or getting closer to this level. Personally, I was not really looking at this zone to hold price. It was a little bit more clear on the euro dollar. There was a clear zone that where euro is reacting at this point, and that I think price wanted to go to, especially after at this point dollar index reacted quite nicely from this extreme, right? So if we consider that we are inside or within this rectangle, this level of space in here, price didn't really break at this point. It didn't break the lows of the base of this rectangle. This is quite visible as a weekly candle. You can see literally on a weekly candle on the dollar, such a nice fresh wick in there. That's exactly where this was reacted from. So let's see. Did you manage to break any in here? I'm not sure if you break it or not. We are in the middle. Anytime we are in the middle and that we actually respect kind of the highs and the lows of this space, it makes it harder to predict where price wants to go next. I would have preferred to see kind of, for example, these lows to have been broken. Maybe that would give me the indication that the dollar wanted definitely to go lower. At this point, it's kind of, maybe I can see some key levels that price can respect, price can react from. However, in terms of the overall direction, the bigger picture, that may be harder to predict where it wants to go. And if I don't see the spikes, if I don't see the levels being broken, it's harder. So yeah, personally, when I saw these highs in here yesterday, I thought the dollar wanted to go a little bit higher. Why would price stop in here and not even touch the base of this? Or at this point it touch it. We do have still the supply a little bit above it. Maybe you want to see dollar going a little bit higher. Something that maybe you can see in here, just even based on this 4-hour time frame, is it looks like price is on the way up. It's taking almost every single demand on the way down. Every single demand that is created on the way up, which is kind of this one is taken. So we had this big wick to take that one. This one created in here. Price took it. Maybe this now is a little bit fresh. All this has been taken and draw kind of compression. Should mark if this already broke that one or not sure. And maybe have a little bit of a zone in here. So if you start looking at this move to the upside and seeing price taking every single demand in here, that could be a good sign that maybe price eventually can, or when it if it's about to drop, it can drop in a fast way. And when should you expect price to drop like that in fast ways? No, there's no better timing than, for example, a FOMC meeting or maybe some NFP data release. So those usually can be really nice high news events that can force for price to just completely break through, and that is created with a good compression on the way up. So yes, at this point, maybe checking a little bit and see the dollar going a little bit higher. It's an option. Somewhere in there could be on scenario. How this move to the upside has been quite nice. So did price break this low or not? It broke. So the low of this is 110,720. 110,719. It broke actually. That can be a good indication. Let's see. So actually this low has been taken in here by a pip or a point or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that can be a good indication. Price can definitely still go over there. If we take a look at the daily candle, yeah, at the daily candle, price already touched the wick. Not sure if it touched or not. Yes, looking at the daily, this could be a good zone to expect some reaction around this candle. That could be a good level to look for a reaction in here. You can see now that you're looking at daily, I think on weekly is the same. You can see this level was still fresh. This level in here where price reacted from. These lows in here never reacted from there. It actually broke this level in there. That's why I was looking for sales anytime that price was retracing to the upside. Something in there. Yes, I'm aware that this level is still fresh. However, I wouldn't mind to see price going there and eventually taking these lows. At this point, there's still not confirmation. As I mentioned, we didn't really broke these lows. So let's see what is going to happen. I think there's going to be some good moves tomorrow. I don't know if the market's going to be surprised either way, if the Fed continues with the same approach or if the Fed actually changes which way market at this point is pricing in their bias. Yeah, no, not really sure at that point. So we'll see. Yeah, dollar index, maybe that level in here could be interesting. This looks a little bit spiked, even fake out that level. Could be something. All right. Yeah, way up prices, which we've been taking almost every demand that is being created. Okay, go a little bit lower. Maybe fake out this high tomorrow into that level. and then start reversing and going lower. Let's see the indices. These guys, S&P. So what we have in here, right? There's a big gap, a big difference at this point in terms of where S&P and the Nasdaq are. Nasdaq is lagging in a big way. Literally S&P, I did it this morning, but we can do it again, which is S&P has retraced already kind of 50% from August highs until comparing with the all the way back to these October lows. We are at 50%, right? Crossing just now the 50% level. If you do the same for Nasdaq is still around the 38.2%. So there's a little bit of a lagging comparing with the distance that as Nasdaq has retraced comparing with the S&P. It just took. Did it took this highs? No, it's still reacting from somewhere above this size. Personally, it's quite tricky. I can do with this trend line. We just broke this trend line to the upside. Let's see what's going to happen. I could see price reacting from this demand, and then let's see what's going to do next. S&P, I don't really have a clear level where price wants to go or can react to in order to continue to the downside. If the dollar is about to go down, of course, the indices they should go upwards based on what we have seen during this year. I have this demand there, which is also aligned with this previous level of resistance. So let's see what we are going to have tomorrow. I have to admit, guys, it's not the easiest prediction in terms of spices and price being at a good levels of extreme that then could provide better way to anticipate the move for tomorrow. At this point, literally, I'm still trying to see clear breaks of structure and clear indication where price wants to go. Again, I may have a few levels that may be interesting to look for some reaction. I don't know how big of a move is going to happen from those levels though. Yeah, Nasdaq on the other hand can be, if you do keep holding this high, that's maybe a different story. You can see how much of a big difference there is between Nasdaq and the S&P at this point. S&P is trading at around this level, somewhere in there, kind of retesting this zone in here. So there's a big difference. If Nasdaq keeps holding this high, maybe it can go lower. There's two small details in here that I have seen, which is we did broke this one to the upside in here, even though we took straight away the orders from there, so that has been taken. However, we did break this low as well to the downside now. This break to the upside may be considered as a bigger picture move. Maybe price can actually go higher. On the Nasdaq, we still have this level that can be interesting. This is where our price reacted to during the last FOMC. It was on the 21st of September. It's also aligned with this low in there, and it can also be, is this level? No, that's on Bitcoin. There's no other level of structure in there. So yeah, I'm not really sure. If you have any bias, you can feel free to write on the comment. What is your bias for tomorrow? What do you expect the indices to go up or down, and or on the dollar as well? What is your take for tomorrow's FOMC meeting? And if you have any key levels that you'd like to discuss, feel free to write on the chat. We can take a look at it. But yes, I can see this small move to the upside, small move to the downside. This can also be an engulf down. On the other hand, this could be literally, in terms of scales and importance, maybe price wants to fill first this level, maybe somewhere in there, before making the last move to the upside. So maybe something like this could happen, and then yeah, maybe something like this could happen, and eventually now from here price now can follow this one. So let's just call it that this one is in orange, which is maybe a little bit more of a higher time frame, showing price wants to go down. However, the other one is kind of in green, which it will occur first, right? So a little bit more of a lower time frame. First the green scenario. First you're going to respect this engulf down, and then maybe you're going to respect this engulf. So that's a possible scenario in there. Of course, we still have this money in here if price wants to go there. After this big drop now, yeah, I could see that happening. I could see price going down first, taking this, respecting this engulf down all the way until somewhere in there, and then maybe going upwards. That actually could be quite nice to see. Yeah, that would actually be quite nice. This price now basically, I don't know if it actually touched this supply, but this was kind of a nice supply level where it reacted. Yes, somewhere in there. Yeah, that could be interesting. That could be interesting. Something else, Euro index. So in terms of looking at the euro, there you go. We have been following that this euro index move, right? We saw, especially since we had that break to the upside, and I mentioned that engulf to the upside was seen as a so that one, yep, selected. Right. All right, it's working. Yeah, the engulf to the upside, and the normal first target, it will be, it could have been just maybe the retest of these lows. However, the retest of that supply, that was a natural target to look for after this move, this engulf to the upside. Natural zone as well to look for after the break off, after the reaction from there. This double low, it was quite obvious. We mentioned about it, how this looked compressed on the way up, right? Price literally kind of compressed on the way up. I was looking for price to maybe retest this next level. It can even go a little bit lower and actually react from maybe the demand zone that is somewhere in here, right? So there's maybe a little bit more room to the downside. For now, just taking this double low of this this double low in here, collect that liquidity. That's already a good move. Price has done that. It reversed a little bit to the upside, and now maybe there's maybe a little bit more continuation to the downside. If, for example, in the scenario where price just actually pauses in here, so it just creates this small engulf down without maybe going all the way the downside and touching at least this level or a little bit down there is a scenario that price maybe could retrace a little bit higher. How this looks compressed to me, so at least all the way until taking this high, it will be a natural move as well. And what we also have is this fresh supply level at the highs, right? So maybe you had the first move in there, maybe price has already touched it, but we do have the second one that is still, 1 second, we have the second one somewhere in there that is still fresh. Oh, come on, man. yeah, something in here, maybe a little bit more above it if you want to be more precise. If you want to go into the lower time frame, maybe you can fine tune a little bit more. But just in this time frame, what you can see is that this high never really reacted from that supply level. So there's literally more some sales in there to be collected, and we just broke this low. So the break of this low can give an indication that maybe price wants to go lower. If price doesn't even touch anything in here, there's a chance that price can just go there and kind of react and maybe go down all the way until here. Of course, the approach, it's always something that I like to look for. I like to see lows being broken on the way up, as I mentioned, maybe even respecting a little bit this high, pretend that it's a double top, just to finally then take the orders above it. So maybe that could be a scenario that could play out also on the euro. Maybe retracing now a little bit, going a little bit higher since the ECB. So since the ECB last Thursday, that euro has been going down. So yeah, this could be a nice one. So for example, comparing with the dollar index, how this PA on the euro index at this point is a little bit more clear to me than what the dollar is doing, right? The dollar doesn't really have a specific space that has been created. It literally has those two extremes. It respected the extremes, so there's no break in there in terms of looking for more space. Yeah. So yeah, euro index. This could be a good scenario to happen. On the other hand, if by any chance price just respects it just starts respecting maybe this level and it goes down and it reacts from here, maybe now there's a chance that maybe price wants to eventually go higher. We'll see what's going to happen. To be honest, anytime we have, or last times that maybe we have the ECB spreads conference, and now I don't remember when was the previous one. I remember during this throughout the year, any ECB press conference, it could be a scenario where we have the higher high or the high being created for the euro in that specific moment, and after that price will just drop and that will be created the high for maybe the month. So let's see if that doesn't repeat, if this high that was created during the ECB press conference is not going to be another high that is created and it's going to hold for the future, for the next few weeks time. So yes, yeah, in here there's definitely a little bit more zones, maybe even at the extreme. There's maybe something still in there to look for. Yeah, all right, so we just broke that one. Again, a little bit of a nice compression. Maybe the supply is still fresh, maybe something in there as well. So let's see if this level managed to be broken. Let's just take a look a little bit at the yen index as well. So nice little low that got faked out. It's usually a great, it's usually a great level to look for, this one. So after the fake out, when you have this big drop, we have the lower low being created, then you have kind of a move up or whatever. But there's always some kind of higher time frame low that is visible in many time frames that eventually price can just retrace and just take it a little bit, and then price will retrace. Doesn't almost need even to touch the supply, in this case the demand zone. Depends on how you draw it. You can kind of draw it from here, but it doesn't really touch the demand. Maybe the demand can be left for the future, but that alone could be already a nice zone to look for the reversal. I have to be honest, I didn't really pay attention to this yesterday. However, I was indeed looking for sales on the yen pairs. Euro yen, for example, was just faking out all those highs, and that's why I was looking for the sell. It didn't just fake out the highs; it still fake out one extra high that was created yesterday, and that's when I got faked out as well. And I missed all the move to the downside. Yeah, from here there's a chance that price could maybe slowly, this euro index could start moving to the upside again, which would mean the variant to the downside. There's still structures that needs to be broken. Somewhere in there needs to be taken. This one maybe has been taken already, so that could be a good indication where price wants to go next. This one as well has been taken, as you can see, right? I don't know if price reacted from... Did price react from the base of this? Yeah, it got really close there. But yeah, maybe this is not exactly an engulf up, maybe it's just already price reacting from the next level structure. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we are actually going to have a big turn in here. How this move, it looks nice. There's maybe still orders somewhere in there to look for it. Maybe something at the extreme, and of course price can still fake out its lows into here before maybe the final move. So there's something to be cautious about when looking for when price in the future going to react from this level. All right, let's just take a look at the major effects at this point. Second. Getting some water. So yeah, so this was euro yen. So the trade I took yesterday, right? I got faked out exactly in here. That's where I got kind of my stopped out. I could see price making a little bit more of an engulf up, or a fake out. Let's just call it. 1 second. Yeah, 1 second, guys. My MT4 is just freezing at this point. How are you, man? How is everyone? Any trades taken, Jeff? Are you still here? Oh, come on. Yeah, it just froze. Just let me try to reopen. Just 1 second. Yeah, you you missed that one, right? On gold. Usually you don't trade gold. You're starting to trade gold now. How are you feeling with gold? Gold has a lot of volatility sometimes. Different. It's faster moves. Quicker as well. Yeah, I'm just reopening MT4. I innovate. Yeah, good to know. Yeah. Come on. Okay. Taking time. and I drag it. Oh my god. No, don't do that now. Ah, good. Alright, you're back at it. No, I have no idea what I was talking about. Alright, Euro Yen, right? I was somewhere in here. Yeah, that small fake out was one of... I wanted to see the fake out of this size. At this point, I don't really know if there was anything in particular on the left side. I could see, of course, my last zone on the left side, it would be a little bit higher. I don't know if there's anything in particular in there, but I was almost sure that all these highs were about to be faked out. Even created this one last high in there, kind of to create a really strong level of resistance, and that's why I was starting to look for a sell. When I saw this one, that got me triggered, and then kind of you have a lower time frame, another break in there. That's when I kind of shorted. Another reason that I was looking for the short is how the approach and how the move that Euro Yen has been doing. So we had all these lows, price has been going up, taking every single demand, and then yesterday come on. And then yesterday, second, let's go to yesterday. Yeah, yesterday it even broke a little bit this level, and we had this weird and fresh demand zone that you could walk at least for target one, right? After this one, if price would break this demand zone, we had literally space to go way further down with the potential scenario of price going basically where it is at this point, right? Maybe do something below these lows, however, kind of react somewhere in there could be an option. I still have that bit of demand in there that is fresh as well, but however, this demand was actually quite nicely visible. Again, as I mentioned 1000 times during the previous streams, look at this small detail, which is this small break of a low, indicating that this can be used as a beautiful target for the future, right? We had this small break out of those lows, of these lows picking out this low. Demand is fresh, and yep, just pay attention to that. Pay attention to that small detail. Can work quite nicely for future targets. Yeah, you see, even create all these flows. Yeah, that was maybe a good opportunity to try to look for a long in there as well. But yeah, of course, I got faked out. I think when I saw this low being broken again, I tried to look for a sell in there. I think it was somewhere in here that I got short, and then of course price just took me one more time, and then I just didn't like how price was moving down. Yeah, I kind of should have kind of looked for a sell in there after we have this attempt to go higher and then the rejection to downside. This is something that I like to look for. It's kind of the buyers trying to one last time to win the bottom and try to go upwards, but then they get literally just rejected. It's a demand that all of a sudden becomes a strong level of supply, and you can see how price reacted from there. However, I didn't execute the trade in there. I didn't really like how price was doing all these spikes in here, and ended up not looking for the second entry, but just got stopped out in there. Yeah, quite funny, just in there. Whatever. Nice move overall, and then yep, beautiful, right? Price just reaches destination, let's just say like that. I could still see the scenario where this Euro Yen could go even further down. However, for now, I think this could be a neutral zone. Price can still go over there in there, a little bit further down, maybe take this below. But for now, it looks nice. It looks actually nice. There's maybe some orders to be filled in there in the future. We now have all this accumulation of highs as well. This has been taken, so maybe something in here could exist as well. Let me just check the 1 hour. Yep, is this level been taken? Yeah. This is actually the zone that I was looking for yesterday night, kind of. But of course, price, the move occurred a little bit early in the morning. And Dovarian was the other one that I was looking for. I was looking for sales. I spent yesterday all day, and again, this is that moment where you don't control the market, right? Even though you can try to attempt to look for the short, which I had actually 3 zones. This was the first one, that was the second one, then maybe a little bit more of the extreme. All that is a daily zone. And where price actually reacted, it was kind of just, again, that week in there, the opening of that candle. It's a zone that I really like to... I like to see price reacting from those levels. So yes, I was in the trade somewhere in there. I got at break even. I spent a lot of time in here. Price was not going anywhere for like 2, 3, 4 hours. And then price eventually did what I wanted, but it did this morning at 1:50 AM. So of course I didn't trade it. I'm sweeping it at the time. Yeah, and this is the moment where you are not in control. You don't know when the moves are going to happen. So yeah, even if you are expecting the move, if you find a good level, sometimes this just happens, and this is trading. Unless you find a way to automate your trading or to just place a sell limit in there. If you are looking for entries with confirmation and to be at the charts, that's what it is. That's what it is. This level, again, it will be a good zone. I mentioned a few times already. This is actually one of the type of moves that you want to try to find out. I had that video on pound dollar a few weeks ago, maybe 1 month ago, when you had that separation of zones, when you have that compression that starts being created, and you almost can't separate the chart in two, right? I think this is a really good example, or another good example of that. We almost can't separate this dollar yen with this double top, kind of within here. Maybe we can even eventually actually grab it like that, and you have a new rectangle being created from maybe this double low in here that starts out this compression all the way up until there, right? And eventually, when we kind of break into this compression, I'm not sure when that happened, if it happened with this low in here, that maybe was an indication. But eventually, when you break into that compression, more often than not, you are going to feel all this space until there. And of course, this one has already been kind of touched, taken, everything. There's no orders in there. And the next level is a good zone to look for a reaction. It's almost exactly like what happened on the pound in here. 1 second, I can just show it. No, that's pound yen. Right, this move, right? We predicted this one before it happened. Separate it in two. On the pound, there's even a little bit more space than the dollar yen, and there you go. Eventually fill all this space, and eventually react from here, which is the next level. And after that, we are free to go wherever you want to go. Alright, so that's a really good exercise. Try to separate kind of what you see in the market in different zones, and then just to look for the opportunity. That price is giving an indication that it wants maybe to break, and eventually fill that zone that was there. And it's one of my favorite approaches, zones that I want to look for an entry, because that gives me clear indication of where my target is going to be, and there's a high probability that price actually wants to fill all that space. Yep. Now, what's next for yen? Which we kind of reacted from that level. I think we actually talked about this level last Saturday during the stream. Don't really remember now. Alright, so engulfs down on the way up, right? That's what I usually talk. Maybe I already had an example in here during that small news when Biden said that. Let's see. Good reaction from the supply. There's another one that I was maybe looking for. Is price going to respect these highs? I still like that level that I mentioned during the last stream. Yeah, price can indeed maybe still respect something in there, close to the highs, and then go down. Yep, let's see. This may be considered as an engulf to the downside. Maybe price wants to go a little bit further down, maybe reacting from that level. Yeah, let's see. Let's see now what's going to happen next on the dollar yen. Euro. Yeah, so we talked about that last Saturday. We had indeed broken that level already last Friday, and definitely seeing euro going a little bit further down, either retest its support resistance or getting closer to this demand zone. And it's indeed what I was expecting for the euro, and that's exactly kind of what happened. Right, you had that clear space. Why would price kind of stop in there without actually filling whatever needs to be filled? Yeah, so price actually respected demand. It went higher today. It just dropped in there. It was actually a really nice approach. You can see all this compression. There you go. This is a clear example of a good compression move to the upside. And then price just, there you go. It takes maybe quite a few hours to do all this move from 1 AM until almost 2 PM. And then like almost 15 hours to do that. To then just in basically 2 hours, just fill out that space. Yeah, find those levels. Those are the quick and good wins. On the euro now, I'm actually looking for this level in here a little bit below. I'm waiting to see it at this point if we do break this this low. I like the level even on the 4 hour, I believe. Yeah, so this level, I think it was left behind. It's a good demand zone even on the lower time frame. Something in there, maybe that could be a good reaction to have after the fake out of these lows. We are getting more lows in here as well, so that would be maybe something interesting. And this may work as an engulf to the downside in the future. Maybe could see price maybe retracing from here and then eventually resuming, because that may be an indication price wants to go lower in the future. However, price could actually go up in the moment. Yeah, have an eye on that one. And price maybe just, it may go even further down. Let's see what euro is going to do. It was actually a really nice reaction from this week in here. What a beauty! What a beauty! Anyone took this trade? This would have been amazing. And there's confirmation as well. I was not looking at the market this morning. I completely missed all this. It was another great compression. You can see, you see this demand has been taken in there. Another demand that has been taken. After that it's just compression, compression, compression on the way up. Start taking some lows in there. So it's beautiful, to be honest, how everything, how the approach was created. For price to go over there, we have all these highs being created in there. So yeah, as soon as we kind of break this demand, it's a way to start looking for the shorts, and the fast move to go higher as well to collect the orders. That's everything. Was kind of really good PI on the euro. Yeah, it was indeed. Yeah, so what's next? Did we just took this high in here? Yep, we just took it. Okay. Yeah, this can be an engulf up. Let price go down now. That can actually be a small engulf to the upside. Let price go down. Let's see how price reacts from here, and let's see if we indeed finally break that low and react maybe from the zone below. Yeah, just keep taking some key zones. some highs, lows. You're showing us what you want to do next, so we can start making some predictions. Pound was one that I mentioned as well on Saturday, that we had the break of a low. Price didn't really react to the SR zone. I mentioned that I could see price going a little bit higher. I'm still looking for price to go closer to that level on the pound. However, I mentioned also, I also mentioned that on Saturday when I did the stream, that I would like to see price getting closer to the touching actually this either SR zone or the demand zone, which is actually where pound is. It reacted today, and it's reacting today from the lows. No, it didn't break it. Yeah, let's see what's going to happen next in here as well. Personally, I would like to see still price going a little bit there, eventually taking out these highs, and then let's see if price does react from there or not. There's a chance that can even go there, just above this one, just in there, just like this one. So I don't actually like it. This one looks beautiful. Look what we have in here. That engulf up. We already took the orders from this KM zone. Right. What's in here? We already took the orders from this KM in here. So that's kind of taken. And this is something that was left behind. This 1 hour. But this is definitely something that was left behind in here. So yeah, you can keep an eye on this level 1.1774. Yep, that's something that I will definitely be paying attention to in the future. Yeah, go ahead. Damn it, this is not what I wanted to do. Oh, come on. Extend. No. Oh, damn it. Okay, move to the side. Extend. Thank you, finally. Okay, leave it. That on the end. Dollar yen. Sorry, pound. Yep, I like it. I'll keep an eye on that for sure in the future. Yeah, let's see. If we do break these lows, maybe there's room to the downside. Maybe then it means that dollar wants to go higher. If we don't break maybe these lows, maybe price will just continue to go higher from here. If you do break these lows and price still goes higher, maybe there's an indication that maybe from that level that you're looking for, and maybe price can have a deeper retrace. We have this demand zone that is still fresh. So yeah, I do have this zone in there. Is this something important? What time is this? Anything important? It has been taken. Yeah, not sure. Yeah, we'll see. I will be keeping an eye. But I could see maybe price respecting this level and maybe continue to go higher. And that maybe not means an engulf down. Any other pair, guys, that you want to look at? Anything? That one. Oh, euro pounds. CAD is been playing around, as I mentioned during the stream as well last Saturday. That engulf in here, small, but it's there. That engulf up it worked. This was an engulf up, however, price still decided to go down and fake out this above all, which was also quite nice to see, which may mean that this one, actually let's destroy it in a different cover. This may be an engulf downside in the bigger picture. Maybe price may go over there or may go somewhere in there, whatever. However, the green one, it's already been kind of maybe respected. Is this a good zone, or should you expect price to go a little bit higher? We'll see. Maybe this one, yeah, we'll see. So maybe a little bit of support resistance in there. Maybe this high is a continuation to go higher. Really beautiful reaction from this demand. So today they're all great opportunities. And the approach as well, again, full compressed. You can see how price is approaching the level, taking every single supply on the way up until eventually just turns and huge move upwards. Yeah, I was looking for a potential sell in there. Price just reacted slightly below where I wanted, so I never really traded it this afternoon. Still reacted from there. I wanted a little bit higher. Yeah, this is the other supply that I'll be looking for. After that, kind of all of it is kind of compressed. Yeah, there. Yeah, it makes sense where it reacted. Did it fake out that high? Yeah, it fake out this high, right? It always happens like this. Yeah, it fake out this high on the hourly. It may be enough. It doesn't need to react kind of from the other extreme. That may be enough. And it was in this case. Yeah, it took the wick in there and price just reversed. Oh well. Yep. And again, this move down during this small news that happened. It may open space for price to go further down. Yeah, there you go. Break lows before reaching the final zone, right? Big point here. It broke these lows. Come on. Alright, cut. Good job. Yeah. You want to take a look at dollar franc Swiss? Alright, dollar franc Swiss it is. We had this small break of the high, which for me is an engulf up. Bigger picture. Oh, I could see price going. This is a nice reaction from this demand. That's a nice reaction. You can see how this has been compressed. Up. Continues the compression. That fake out. I already mentioned where it was reacting from. It was a really nice level. On the daily, this small little zone. This high is never reacted from there. It's maybe a little bit similar to what we just look at on the pound, but smaller time frame, smaller scale. And this small zone in here can be an engulf showing price wants to go higher. We have the supply level. Or the way I'm looking at it, I don't know if the highs have taken the orders from there, or if they are there to be. What am I doing? Not sure what just happened on MetaTrader. Not really sure what happened there. I never saw that before. Yeah, 1 second. I'm just going to go. Just give me a moment before this loads again. I just closed the platform by mistake. Okay. You can check in here. Let's look it in here. Okay, yes, we broke that. We broke that high. And we kind of reacted from the next month, which is again something that I have mentioned a few times, which is, well, it may have actually, I think any other time frame we could see that it reacted, could go a little bit lower, but the base of this is enough. And this is something that we have seen quite a few times happening, which is we have compression. The price continues to go higher. It breaks. When it breaks this level of structure, if it breaks something where the price kind of came from, it's natural to have a deeper trace. So when you have just a small engulf, especially kind of the higher high that it looks like it's relevant, a normal zone or a natural level to look for price to go to is, yep, just look for the edge of that compression. This could have worked, this demand zone, which we can see that it didn't. If there's a small reaction there, you can see that there's this hourly week candle that price still reacted, it went higher, and we can also see that basically the level that was not exactly respected as expected, it ended up working now with this spike in here, right? So you can see how this level was maybe still important. I just noticed that price is trading at parity at this point. On the other hand, this is actually quite a good move. This could have been a natural target to look for if by any chance you trade this level. It's a little bit, maybe not many people are going to try to look for these kind of trades, to trade the fake out and then look for it, to look for ways to capitalize on the move down. And that is actually a beautiful move, and this is how I try to trade kind of highs and bottoms, because this may give the indication that price wants to go higher. However, on the lower time frame, there's already maybe the indication that price really actually wants to have a deeper retrace from here, and instead of just maybe doing this and continue to go higher, or even maybe a little bit more higher and then continue, how this approach, it could have been a good indication that maybe price wants to go higher, to have a deeper retrace. Where to? Well, we have all this compression. This demand was fresh, as I mentioned, and this will be the next one below that level, below this low. Yeah, nice reaction from there. And since this is a nice zone to react from, which is this demand zone, I wouldn't be surprised if by any chance we do have a little bit more of a move to the upside. On the other hand, looking left and looking at the bigger picture, we may have broken with these lows, we may have broken out that level. Price may wants to go actually a little bit further down. We are kind of reacting from this level. I don't know how important this level is, and what I want to say with that is if there's still space for price to go down. So a potential move, it would be, again, maybe I can select different covers once again. We have this engulf down in here, that is a different scale from the break of that lows, and then we have everything in here that is playing out on the green, and maybe on the orange we are going to have maybe price respecting the green engulf up, maybe getting closer to this highs and maybe turning after that. Or actually even this level looks nice. Maybe somewhere in here. Fine with this level. 1 second. Just this level one could be actually maybe a nice one, or a little bit higher, and eventually we may go and respect now this break to the downside and maybe move all the way back to there. Yeah, that can be in play here on the dollar franc Swiss. Let's see how it's going to play out. I could see price going higher, to be honest. On the other hand, and maybe that's didn't really, I think that's when my MetaTrader closed, that there's, I don't know if this highs actually have taken the orders from this supply, so even some orders in there could be an option, or price just pause, and this level of supply now, it may be used as a trend continuation to the upside. So yeah, let's see how this is going to play out. Dollar franc Swiss. I could see, like, when you have this kind of breaking structures, now we can start making predictions. Now we can start playing out scenarios of what price actually wants to do and where it wants to go, and in which scale maybe we are looking at. If price literally is just respecting the extremes, maybe a little bit how it's happening on the dollar index, it's harder to make predictions. Like, I don't like to make predictions just because I like to try to look at what actually price is telling me to show the indication that is where it wants to go next. All right, so enough. Thank you guys. It's been 1 hour already. I enjoyed this webinar, actually, this live stream. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for attending. Let me know if you watched the recording. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to comment and comment below. I will reply to it in comments or on next Saturday during the next live stream. Yeah, so for tomorrow, of course, FOMC, be careful. I already talked about how to maybe trade the FOMC. I think I did that during the last time that we had the FOMC. Those 2-3 moments, specific moments that maybe can look for setups. I really like to trade specifically when the interest rate comes out. I like to start looking for the setup or for trades during the press conference. I noticed that usually it's during the press conference, especially in between the moment that is about to stop to read this statement and when the Q&A actually starts, that usually there is a shift in the market. And because I'm a counter trend trader, that's usually when I'm trying to look for the trade. However, I do take into consideration the information that how price reacts when the interest rate comes out. Sometimes we literally see a clear engulf showing the indication where price wants to go next. Maybe, for example, price breaks a low. Price may break a low. During the second. Yeah, maybe there's some lows in here, and all of a sudden. Okay, great, it's not working. Yeah, we may have some structure in here, and all of a sudden the news comes out, big spike down, it breaks maybe these lows in here, and then price just resumes to go higher again. That's kind of the spike during the news, during the interest rate, and then price still continue to go higher, and now the press conference starts, price may start showing some kind of rejection, and there you go. During the Q&A, price just turns now, and eventually it may go into the same direction where this spike down occurred. We just then kind of took some orders in here, look left as well to see maybe where price is reacting from. So that's usually what I like to look for during these FOMC meetings or ECB press conference as well. All right, I just got spammed by this channel. Yeah, whatever. Jeff, are you asking me to take a look at euro dollar? I already did that. We're not here. Second. This is working again. Yeah, euro at this point is respecting this level. I would like to see these lows being broken. I'm looking for a potential reaction from here. However, I can see the scenario where price still going to respect this low and maybe go higher. Personally, I would like to see it going. I would like to see this low being taken. There's been a big move there. This could also mean that we're going to see euro index going a little bit further down, maybe respecting that level that we mentioned already. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen in here. On the euro, it literally reached the target that I was looking for after we broke this low since last Friday. Price literally kind of reached the target, and I even almost broke it. Right on the 4 hours, maybe a better cleaner zone. Price is reacting from actually this beautiful KM zone. If we take the week, this low on the red orange candle, yeah, salmon candle. Yeah, if you just draw it like that, it's a beautiful KM zone indeed in there on the 4-hour time frame, and this can work out. This can be quite nice. However, I still see this fresh level in there that this was never reacted from here. I remember this move because I was actually looking for a trade to go long, or to look for a long after price reacted from that level, and price just paused. I think this was a Monday. Maybe not Tuesday. Monday or Tuesday. It was Tuesday. Monday it was somewhere in here. It was last Tuesday. Yeah, I remember that move. Yeah, so let's see. So yeah, guys. If I can create a strategy, I've mentioned a few times how I look for trades. Yeah, man, you can just contact me. I don't know, on Twitter. Just yeah, send me a message. Send me a message on Twitter or private message if you want. We can try to discuss that. I can try to help in that regard. Yeah, Twitter or Instagram, I don't know, whatever platform you use. Just send me a direct message and we can maybe talk about it. All right. But I've shown plenty examples of maybe how I try to look for it, but of course we can go into more details if you just do one-to-one. We'll see. We can try to arrange that. Yeah, just send me a DM. All right, guys. Thank you so much. See you guys next Saturday. Play safe tomorrow. Follow your plan, and yeah, go with a good attitude for the Fed tomorrow. Thank you so much. See you next time. Obrigado.